Get ready. It's time. Christina, Catherine, Lisa, Amy, and Lauren. Welcome to the Cimorelli Podcast.
Hey, I'm Christina.
Hey, I'm Catherine.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Amy.
I'm Lauren.
And
we're Cimorelli.
Welcome back to
The Cimorelli Podcast, mate.
Kind of weird.
Welcome. We got a great show planned for you today. I don't know, hopefully. Episode 107.
No.
Siete. What are we talking about? Oh, okay. This one is going to be led by Dracula. No, you can't talk about my answers. Okay, this is my time. This one's going to be hosted by Dracula, and she's going to she's going to ask us what not to do.
like guide us.
In a
Wait, why are you Dracula?
Just
because
she
she
wants
wants
Nobody
to-
knows.
It's just for
Just
fun.
don't
Oh my
question
Gosh.
it.
Anyway, what not to do in a breakup? Catherine's gonna, or not Catherine. Sorry, Catherine's talking so much. Took over my brain.
I wanted to know what you mean.
Lauren is gonna host and ask us questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
that's it.
And I'm gonna drink from
Okay.
this jug.
Ooh, love that.
So, hello everyone. If you're on YouTube for this episode, you're gonna see part of it, but the whole thing is on Patreon, which is always linked in our description. You join and you get all of the episodes that we've done. And there's there's such
So many
good
great ones.
Okay, even from like the last season, I'm specifically thinking, oh, there's just so many good ones that are only on Patreon that you're really missing out on. If you love the podcast, I suggest that you want to support us. Try it for like a month to see if you like it. And
Oh, sorry. The last thing I was gonna address, I forgot. I always have more to say in the intro. I'm having a really bad hair day, so you may see me trying to fix it throughout the episode,
Oh my
like so right now.
It doesn't look bad to me,
Ooh,
but
it's so bad.
things
When I look at
look
my
bad.
front camera, I'm like, there's a lot of regrowth, a lot of hair that's growing back and standing straight up, like I just got electrocuted. So let's hope this is a little bit better, but
Wow.
I don't know. Let's see. Hold on, I gotta look.
oh, gosh.
Hold on. What are you laughing at me? This is not any better. Anyway, keep going.
So many short hairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so our last episode we did part
It is what it
2,
is.
the continuation of the toxic traits that we did the episode before. It was so good. I love doing the toxic traits episodes.
We're doing some construction, so if you hear a low buzzing sound,
like right now.
we're so
Me
sorry.
personally.
But maybe you can learn
Hopefully
to
it's
live with
just a
it.
relaxing hum.
Honestly,
That's how I feel.
it will fade to the back
It's
of your
kinda
mind
nice.
in 3, 2.
He's just hypnotizing all of us. Okay,
You don't even know it.
so guys, let's jump into the highs and lows.
Ooh.
What are your
Okay.
highs and lows
Okay, my low was
of the week?
yesterday. Okay, so not last night. The night before last night, I didn't really sleep and I had a lot of anxiety in the morning and it was really horrible and I hated it and it made my day bad.
Oh,
But
that
then
sucks.
my high was that last night I slept so long and it was so great and I
Oh,
didn't have
good for
anxiety
you.
when I
Oh.
woke up. Woo!
Oh,
Lauren, that's a win. I'm happy for you.
It
I'm
was a
truly
great
happy
time.
for you.
So that's it.
Your body's just
Wow.
like, I gotta make up for this.
Anyone?
I can go. Okay. I can't really think of a low. I feel like my life's just kind of been, in the middle.
Moderate.
Nothing too like low.
Low.
But I would say a high has been a theme that I've been really exploring, which I would describe as spring cleaning my life.
Sprinkler.
I've been doing a lot of research and assessment about my different habits and practices in my daily life, such as my cleaning routine.
Kevin Googles, what are my habits?
Researching. No. I'm saying I'm looking into these different systems. My meal planning, cleaning my house, overall relationship to health, exercise habits. I've been really trying to find what's the best way to approach these things through deep research and implementation and experimentation. Like I found an example is I found this thing called Clean Mama or like Mama Clean. I can't remember. I think it's Clean Mama. And she's like, clean your whole house in 15 minutes a day. And then
do
you
it?
like, yeah. Okay, so I started doing it, and then it was during a period where my sons were not sleeping all week, and we're not feeling good. So I had like a very small window of time to clean, which is while they napped, which they weren't doing. So I tried to do it, but I will say it has improved my life because she has a daily list of tasks. So it's like every day you do these things like make your bed, wipe down the surfaces in the kitchen, put in a load of laundry and fold it. It's like these little things, and then there's like a main task. So it's like vacuum on Monday, Tuesday you do the bathrooms. So like I haven't hit every single point, but I will say my house has been cleaner since I started doing it because I'm hitting at least some of them every day. So it definitely, and I mopped my floors for the first time, and I don't even want to say how long. So I definitely think it's improved my life. Yeah, I would say maybe that would be my low is mopping. I hate mopping.
My low is just mopping.
I hate, okay, I need to get the steam mop that you have because I hate.
Everyone always talks about steam mops.
They're really, because they sanitize. It's great.
Ooh.
And
Mopping.
you don't have to use any
Wait,
chemicals.
is that
it's just
like?
hot water.
Okay,
Oh,
I want
that's
to do
cool.
that. I want to
Water.
do that. I need
There
one.
are like
Maybe I'll get
Can it
one.
like burn you?
Can you send the
the only
link?
thing is it smells a little bit like a wet dog because there's no cleaner. So they have scent things you can add to it. I'm sure you can find a
Oh my
natural
gosh,
one or
I'll ask
something.
Maybe like an
Yeah.
essential oil.
Oh, people took lemon, I
Probably.
think.
Yeah.
Can you
Probably.
send a link?
Mother's Day. Maybe I'll
Lisa,
say
I would rather
ask for my gift.
never Google
I'll give you my
anything.
Amazon Associates link. All right. So
Oh,
would you like to pay me? Okay. So for my services, I'd rather Google it than give you
no,
money.
I just don't love Amazon. But
Oh,
that's
too bad. All right,
yeah.
so my high. Okay, no, start with my low. My low was a horror movie last night, and I'm not joking. Quickly, I'll tell you the story. I got home. I was getting Lily out of my car. My husband is still recording in the studio last night. Didn't get home till like 9 o'clock. I look at my neighbor's house. In the window, the glass door, I see someone, not like, oh, I thought I saw someone. There's someone standing there like this. Looks like they're like hiding back against the door.
Creepy.
And I'm like, at first, it doesn't really register. I'm like, what? They have short hair. I don't know. Could have been a slender man or a woman with short hair. I don't know.
What?
And they're just standing against the door, this dark figure. And it's kind of dark in their house. I go inside, start shutting all my blinds. I'm freaking out. And then I shut the last blinds and I look out the window and I see their whole downstairs floor is dark. Why is there a person standing against the door with their whole downstairs floor like no one's home? I got the worst feeling. I ran and turned the alarm on. I shut all my blinds, locked all the doors, and I swear that person. Yeah.
Did you ever
more
fi- you didn't
context
figure
later?
out-
watching?
No, I'm not gonna
I'd be
look.
watching
I'm
the whole
like
time.
shut down, locked
Wait,
down.
and you've never seen that person before? Like they're not your neighbor?
I don't see that's the problem. I don't know my neighbors. I've never even seen
What?
them.
You know what you
I've
should do?
They just move in?
They moved
were
in a while
hiding?
ago, and we're never out at the same time. Chad's
Okay, I'm
seen them.
scared.
I don't know.
I'm
them.
Honestly, I
Okay.
feel like it's a good idea to like go to your closest neighbors. Like
They are
every-
my closest neighbors.
Listen to me. I'm
Okay.
giving my points. You go to the people that live around you, like within a few house radius, and you
know
get
them.
all of their phone numbers. And like they're just like
That
put
is
them in
a
a
good idea.
contact list somewhere. Put it on a paper on your fridge. I don't know if you don't want to. Put
I
it on
actually
your
do
phone.
have
you do
my
know
neighbor's
mine?
numbers.
No, I did not. I
'cause
just
know
thought
them.
about that in the middle.
Bring
in
them
that
up.
moment.
Bring them some cookies. Be
Our
like,
neighbors.
Not bringing them cookies. Anyway,
Very observant. of our
anyway, that
house.
was my low because I was
never
having.
figured out what happened.
I don't know. I was having like a lot of anxiety for like 30 minutes
Okay,
after that,
that
and I
is
had to put
really
Lily to bed. I
scary.
locked the nursery door. I'm like, but our alarm is shrill. If someone broke in, it would be like, and like
That
they
is
would
that
freak
is
out. But
Because if
it-
you had their number, you could text them and be like, "Hey, look, I
Saw
don't
someone
want
in
to
your
be
dark
weird, but I
home."
feel like someone is standing in your window."
But there's some kind of guy that lives there. I just don't know how old he is or what he looks like. So
Some
it
kind
could
of
be
guy.
him or not. But why is he staying there in the dark? Anyway,
also you.
Maybe he's
I gotta
having
move
an
on.
emotional moment.
I don't know. Or is he
I'm
standing
so
there
scared at this
talking?
unresolved story.
Is he talking to someone that's out of sight?
Is he
Yeah.
playing
On the
hide and go
phone.
seek?
No.
Who knows?
So anyway, that was my
Okay,
low.
that's
It was terrifying.
That is really
My
scary.
high happened just before that. The day Lily was born, I looked at her hands. I said, she has pianist hands. Her fingers were so long, okay? Like crazy, big hands, long
they
fingers.
are really long.
They were
That's true.
well, they had
She's
less
not
meat on them when she
exaggerating.
was born, and they were like alien hands and feet. They were so big. So last night I took her to her first recording studio at 8 months old, and we went to the piano. Like Chad was on breaks, we were all hanging out, and we were like, "Oh, let's see if she likes the piano." Because I brought her to the electric one upstairs. She didn't really click, and that she sat there. I want to say 10 minutes. She did not stop. And she was like, and then she would stop and look at Chad and go, and then make more noise and look at me. And then just keep,
She's
and
like,
then we
"Mom,
would
I'm a
move
genius."
her around, like, look at the middle one. And she's like, like, I never seen
that's
a
so
baby.
cute.
Usually they go "Bleh, bleh, bleh," for a minute and then they're like, okay, I'm over it. She was ecstatic the whole time.
that's
up
so
to the high
cute.
notes, down
I
to
feel
the
like
skin.
she loves making noise. She
was
loves
so
stuff like that. Oh,
It was amazing.
Born
And I
to
was
be a
like,
musician.
oh my gosh, I said this the day she was born. And actually the day after she was born when I came to.
That's
She has
amazing.
pianist hands. So
Oh my gosh.
she really does. I called it, and it was one of the happiest moments of her life.
Oh
One of the happiest moments of my life. Really great time.
That's so
And then
cute.
proceeded to go to one of the scariest moments of my life as soon as I got home.
Oh
But
my
it's
gosh.
the day of
that's terrifying.
extremes.
That's
Yikes.
terrifying.
So my low was on Saturday. I had like one of those days where you like crash. I don't have these a lot. So here's the problem. If I have a day where I like crash the whole day and I'm like, something's not right. I'm not just like, oh, well, this is my life now. No. So now I'm like, crap. I can't have that this weekend. So I was trying to figure out like what was happening during the week, contributing to me being so dead on the weekend.
Oh, you didn't solve it yet.
I
Okay.
could probably solve for you.
But it's like generally probably pretty simple. It's just probably just like stress and not doing as much self-care as I need to. So maybe this weekend will be better. We'll see. Then my high is just like it's like a lately thing. It's not really a moment. It's that I don't really feel pregnant at all.
I keep forgetting you're pregnant.
Love
It's
the
very
second
Because
strange.
I've been doing like these special pregnancy like stretches and such.
You mean like physically?
Yes.
Okay.
And working out like special stuff. It's not really intense. And I feel so different than last time.
That's good.
So
That's
it's great.
great.
I love it. I can't even tell I'm pregnant. And except for that I feel her moving every 3 seconds.
You feel her
She's
moving?
like,
Oh, that's right.
I've been feeling her since 12 weeks.
Wow. That's really magical.
I think
Best part of pregnancy by far.
13 or something. It was early.
Oh my God.
Guys, I can't wait to meet Barrett's sister.
I know.
Lily's a hot little girl getting that.
Oh my gosh. That's
It's just
crazy.
so
It's so
different having
cute.
the placenta in the back this time rather than the front because I can feel everything.
That was me.
I'm shocked how much I can feel Barrett now.
Are you really
And how
shocked knowing
early.
him though?
Well, okay, not shocked. Now I'm like, holy crap. This is what it feels like when your placenta is not in the front. It's crazy.
Maybe
So how could I feel
God
him
put
so
your
much?
placenta in the front to give you a cushion.
Crazy.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
maybe it would have been really
Oh my gosh,
painful.
what a
Yeah,
crazy
I'm like,
little
he must have
man.
been hitting me so hard for me to feel it.
Yeah, maybe it would have been
Which
really
he was,
painful.
by the way.
I still remember at the end, Lily would take like an elbow and a knee or something and try to break out or like stretch out. She's like, oh, I'm so
She
cramped.
loves to sprawl.
Barrett wasn't that cramped. He was so much shorter than her.
Oh my gosh, she was like stretching out, trying
He was
to.
like, how many inches was she?
21.
Yeah, he was like 3 inches shorter than her.
He was like
She
19,
grew
He was
2
like
inches
18.
in like a month in the beginning. He
was-
at one of the very
Whoa.
early times.
The twins were punching each other a lot in the womb, and you could see it on the ultrasound. And it's so funny because last night Dominic rolled onto Leo, and he was laying his head on Leo's stomach, and then Leo started going, and he just was like cracking up that his brother was like laying his head on him. It was so
I saw
cute.
Leo roll over and grab Dominic's
Yeah.
ear, and Dominic's
Oh,
like,
they do it all the time. They go, "Ah," they don't know their own strength.
He's like,
and they'll be like this, and they'll start scratching, and the other one's like, "Ah, stop it." They're just like, they have no idea.
The other thing is that she lives on my bladder is the problem. I've heard it's common for your second
Her
pregnancy
postal
to be
her
really
postal
low.
address.
She's so low, and she's like, it's like, whoop, ooh. Thank goodness my pelvic floor isn't the type where you pee yourself all the time. I don't have that problem.
Girl, that would be
where
rough.
I would be all the time having an issue. I don't at all.
So if you would like to send Christina's
Not to
daughter mail,
brag.
send it to Christina's
Not to
bladder.
brag, but I've never peed
her
myself. Not to brag.
hey, me either.
Honestly,
I haven't either.
Same.
Anyway,
Although I have from
last
laughing in the
person?
past.
Guys, I feel
Okay, so
like-
TMI.
Yeah, my spring cleaning.
Is it
Oh,
you?
it's me.
Oh.
Yeah, I just forgot to think of what I was supposed to say.
Hey,
Let's see. I feel like today I was like, wow, I feel good today. I was like, I'm feeling pretty,
Let me
you
guess,
know.
funky fresh.
nah,
you had
yeah.
a good morn.
Well, I'm feeling very, a lot more structured lately. Like I'm getting a lot of my systems a lot better in place and like figuring out how to actually do everything and where it's like livable
To
and
do it
workable.
all?
You know, like Supermom trying to juggle it all.
Yes.
And then my low was probably last weekend. We went out of town, and I for some reason, and this is not any correlation, but I just went too hard. I had plans all day, Friday and Saturday. So by Saturday, 6 p.m., I was like, I got home and I couldn't even. First of all, I'm not walking up 30 stairs at 6 p.m. after I'm dead, man. I literally couldn't even like go up to get like sweatpants or anything. I just kept my jeans on and I just laid on the couch for like 5 hours. I was done. I was over it.
Wow.
It was a lot.
Yikes.
That's rough.
But it was fun. I had some friends over. We just sat on the couch.
I was gonna say, didn't you hang out with your friends? That's what I was gonna wonder what your high was.
Oh, did I say hi?
Yeah, you said you had a good morning, right?
Well, yeah, I'm just feeling a lot more together, and it's making my life significantly better.
She's more scheduled.
Yes.
Structure is
structured,
especially for someone who's very unstructured like me.
So
It's
good.
very
feels
nice.
so good to have so much
Feels safe.
structure.
It's like, I got some training wheels. in my
So
life.
we're gonna interact with patrons here,
Ooh.
and I'm pulling up a post. We asked you guys what you thought about us doing more live episodes. We did those a while ago, and we were saying, what if we do like one a month or something? And it was like 98%. Yes, you guys like really want us to do it. Some people were saying, okay, well, how would you say this name? Nimsha was saying, I think really deep episodes should be recorded, but do like lighthearted ones live.
Yeah.
I love that.
To make it, because we'd be interacting with you guys on the chat live.
I feel like it's hard to interact with the chat on a more deep episode.
Yeah. I think
'cause
that's
it's such
right.
long answers.
I mean, I'm not sure, but I think that's right.
Yeah, I agree.
And then let me see if there's anything else. Where I should
see a lot of all caps.
Normally it's just like yes.
Lexi said you should do a live podcast a month. I agree.
That's
That
what
would be
we were
fun.
saying.
What do you think?
Let us know in the comments.
Wait, all of them are just saying yes. I'm trying to find something I can respond to. Okay, I'll just say it. Maxine says, yes, do it please. That sounds amazing.
Love
Taylor
it.
sounds like a great idea.
Kaylee Green, a live podcast would be amazing. Ellie Terry, sounds great. Would love them. Okay.
Cool.
Janine prefers pre-recorded.
I feel you.
Janine.
We'll still do a lot of those. I don't know. I don't know what I would prefer.
But I think the main thing is they want to make sure the quality is good of like the audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
makes
we
sense.
will
Figure out.
Yeah.
Last time we did it, we
The audio
We're
wasn't
limited.
too bad, but we just took two. We could only figure out how to do
We
two
were
of
limited.
these
That was
Nice.
during the pandemic. There was food shortages. I mean, it was just a ton.
yeah, we were limited.
now there's about to be food
we will
shortages
figure it
again?
out.
Catherine,
Okay?
don't mention it. Oh.
All right.
Okay, let's move on to 5 perspectives.
All right.
So
Okay.
here's the question. I think this is from Lisa. What is the absolute shortest you would ever cut your hair?
Lisa's link.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lisa's length. That I would never go.
Because I've
shorter.
had that
No,
link.
no.
I would not go
No,
shorter
no.
than that.
I will
Don't
never
knock
go
it
shorter.
till you try it.
Yeah, I used to have that length of hair for a long time
When you were how old?
as a child, and it wasn't bad. But I really like having long hair.
I would obviously buzz my head. I would do it to the skin, but I wouldn't really want to. Like a 0, almost to the skin. Yes, but ideally, I would be like, the average boy's short length, a very, very, very short cropped pixie. Is actually my zone. I really love it.
Really?
Gosh.
Oh, I love it because I'm saying you don't know the feeling.
I
of
have a small
waking up.
head.
No, it doesn't matter. You wake up and
know
your
what it's
hair's
like.
done, or you put some product in it, smooth, done.
I'm not really
It's
stressed
so
out about
I
doing
do
my
know
hair.
that
Easy.
feeling.
No. Where it's like there's nothing to whip around
really
or get
mind.
stuck on anything. You open all the windows and you're free.
There's nothing in
It
a
feels
braid.
like freedom.
No, I'm saying there's no braiding.
It feels like freedom. I would say.
when you
like
sleep with
braiding
your hair in a
it.
braid, which I did for years, it's like, oh, it's under my back. Oh, it's around my neck. Like none of that.
bother me.
I'm just saying you don't know the freedom until you try it, and it's incredible.
I'd
You just
agree.
don't want it.
Well, and you get freedom
You
from
pull a sweatshirt over your head, nothing
societal
happens.
expectations and social norms.
You wear lip
Wow.
gloss, nothing
And-
gets
Just for
stuck
my
in
own
it.
selfish, I would love to see Christina and Lauren with short hair, just to see what they would look
I
like.
know.
Which I know is not going to
Okay,
happen.
so
but-
Photoshop.
You
it.
would both
Okay.
look really
No.
cute.
I feel like theoretically I would try anything. I'm not really
Okay.
like I would
Like
never
attached.
do this. It's like I don't know. Maybe I
Yeah, it
will.
would be interesting to see you with like
I could see
short
with a
hair because your
pixie.
hair is so like wavy. And
Oh my
I
God.
feel
Kinda
like
cool.
as a mom, children reaching and grabbing, I don't like putting my hair up. It gives me a headache. So I
Oh
might
my
be
God,
like
you got a
chop,
problem.
and then
I'm heading that
I
way.
probably start like this, and then I might be like, oh, I could try shorter.
It's-
Like I don't know.
Look, this is the ruse.
Like
you
Kris
think
Jenner young.
yes, you think this will be it, but really this is kind of the most work because you still have to style it and stuff, and it doesn't all fit back.
Oh,
when you
yeah.
go shorter is when you get in the zone of no one can grab it.
And I
don't
wonder
have to do anything.
if it would really be curly or not.
Curly hair
Short,
looks
I don't
really
know.
good short, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, depending, like wavy, curly, whatever. I think it all looks
Roots
good.
and stuff are more
There's just
like
different styles.
straight, and they get
In
curly
my
when you go down.
experience, I've never been lazier with my style than when, this is me personally, when I have long hair.
Oh,
For
yeah.
some reason, I feel so uninspired. But whenever I cut it, I'm like, ooh, gotta get some headbands, gotta get some jewelry. Like, I gotta get some, like, just, I feel like I try new, like, literally my hair right now. I feel like I'm more inspired to try new things. And I love how my hair looks in a ponytail when it's short. I think it's so cute having that little, like, it's like a little sprig, like, of hair. I love
Like a
it.
bunny.
It's like a little, it looks like a tail. It just sticks out. I love it. I think it's so cute. So, I don't know. The shortest I've ever had my hair was chin length, like a really short bob. Like Lisa said, it's actually a lot of work because
Yeah.
when you're that, like when you're messing with like angles of your face, it grows out like a half an inch and then it looks weird. Like you have to be so precise at hitting the angles right. So I think short hair is much more high maintenance than long hair. But for me, long hair, I don't feel like myself and I feel uninspired. Whenever I go short again, I'm like, oh, there I am again.
Well,
Okay,
you know
that's
what's
me.
funny? The other day I looked in the mirror. I was wearing a t-shirt and sweats like I am now. And it's like, oh. But see, if I cut off all my hair, then right now I would look like a bum. And I was like, you look like a bum right now. Right now. Oh, this one look cute. It doesn't look cute. You look bad. So it doesn't. No, not you ugly. No, I'm saying the argument doesn't
No,
make
I
sense.
get what you're saying.
You're not looking there
Yeah.
and being like, I look like a supermodel right now. If I cut off my hair, I'd look terrible. You don't look like a supermodel. It's okay.
And
so then
honestly,
you realize,
I feel like-
oh, the
yeah.
loss isn't really a loss.
I think when I have long hair, I'm less like feminine. Like I don't want to put makeup on. I'm like, oh, my hair's already long. Like, but when my hair's short, I'm
That's
like,
true.
oh,
It's true.
I gotta put makeup
do
on. Like
not
I
feel
feel
like that.
more like I want to get into my feminine side.
I put in,
My hair's
yes,
long.
I do
because
not feel like
because
that.
you
Like, oh,
have
my
to
hair's
make
long.
it
Everyone-
work.
Like
when
when
did
I have
you
no
have
hair,
short hair?
ooh.
What do you mean? I didn't feel like
When I was
that.
15.
Christina,
That wasn't that long ago.
Wait, you had short hair?
That wasn't that long ago.
17 years ago.
No, you had
I
short
cut
hair.
it
You were
like
like
short when
No,
I was
you
15.
did.
Yes, I did.
Wait, I
when we
remember
went
that.
camping
Yes, I
in
did.
2006,
Pixar,
your hair
didn't
was this
happen.
long. So how did it grow like that in
It
2
was
years?
maybe I was 14.
I
You
remember
were
you
pretty
like
young.
I might have been 14.
All right, I gotta see a
remember
pic because I
really
don't
young.
remember
I have-
this.
you
I
randomly
do
cut
have
it
a
one
pic.
night when you
Yeah,
had
those
like
pics
a
of us
nice
when-
dress on.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
cut it
remember
one
that.
like
day.
this long. That's not short.
No, it was really short. I did like a short, and then I was horrified. I
Yeah.
hated it.
Oh wait, I remember you had like
But
collarbone.
you didn't like wear makeup at that time.
had
or
glasses
anything. So
and
how would
emo
you know?
bands.
Like,
Yeah.
if
No,
you
no,
would-
it wasn't then. It was way earlier. I was like 14.
Guys,
I can see a
Anyway.
picture of you with like a vest that's
Yeah, that's
blue
what I'm
and a
thinking of.
long sleeve blue shirt, and your hair is like this.
I don't know that.
that I don't.
You're like 13
Guys,
or
what
14.
about all those pictures of her and I wearing polo shirts? And like we had really long hair.
Yeah.
And we were like 14.
That's like
Wait.
12.
Oh my gosh!
No.
Okay, you
Oh,
have
so
to
that was
put
before
one of
the
those
kid.
pictures
I don't know.
in
All right,
to this
whatever.
episode. I
Whatever.
have one
I need
on
to
my
go find.
phone.
I don't have that many
need to-
pictures.
I
but
cannot
need to go
picture this
I
find
at
it.
have
all.
a Catherine and Christina polo picture on my phone.
We need to
somewhere.
go back through the
So
archives
insert
of
it.
the
And
photos
we were
and
Y2K
find it.
icons. Okay,
It was
we were.
so. They look like
Oh,
they
man.
looked very similar.
Guys, do you know mini skirts are coming back? Okay, sorry, this is such a side note.
Okay, let's move on.
I got an email. I was like, "That is my childhood denim mini skirts."
Okay, let's go
Coolest
to the
thing ever.
Let's go to the main topic.
Let's
okay, sorry.
go.
Okay, so basically, you know, this we were saying this is like what not to do in a breakup, but really it's more me doing polls on your guys' differing opinions
Does that
on
count?
certain parts of breakups.
Like, what's your
Is
breakup
it still
style?
what not to
kind of
do?
thing?
Would
well,
you say?
you're probably gonna say things that are not what you should do, but I'm not like, should you not do this? Okay, just
Okay.
work
Let's-
with me here.
Okay,
We'll
Okay,
work
I
with
got
you.
you. I
We'll
got
follow
you.
your lead.
The point of this is not for everyone to have the same opinion, okay?
So make
To
sure
agree
you
on
make something up.
something.
if you
Disagree.
agree.
No, the point is not to agree on everything. The point is just to hear everyone's different
Oh,
pops.
you don't need to come to an agreement.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
So
Just say
this
your
is the
thoughts.
first question to just open
Oh, this makes
the
me nervous.
foundation. No,
Okay.
to
What?
build the foundation,
Okay.
which is this: how do you know if you should break up and not just try to fix the problems?
If you already tried to fix the problems.
For how long?
Or if you're like, well, this is horrible and I don't even want to fix it.
Oh,
There's-
you should
Yeah.
just give up on love.
Yes. if
not
it's
love.
horrible,
I have
give
a
up.
very not precise. I guess scientific. I don't know.
Let's hear it.
One time I was in a very bad situationship. I am gonna say that. It was just like, and anyway, it was like 3 months. I felt like Amy when I did that for some reason. It was like 3 months long, and I went to YouTube of all places. That's where I always go. I'm like, I said, how do you know when you should break up? And there was this random man who was like a psychologist, and he was like, when the negative feelings start to outweigh the positive. Because, like, not saying you should always
gut feeling.
Right, not saying you should always trust your feelings. I don't think your feelings are always right. Your feelings are not God. God is God. But someone constantly doing negative things will cause these negative feelings of anxiety, frustration, tension, etc.
But what if they're not doing anything wrong? And you just have problems.
Is this a very specific breakup, or is it anything?
If you have problems, maybe you should just go
Okay,
to therapy.
I would say it's highly unlikely.
How would you know if it's them or you?
Wait, I think it's highly. I just had
Well,
this
they would probably
conversation.
break up with you
I
if
literally
you're
just had this
ruining their life,
conversation.
right?
I think it's highly unlikely that you are the only one who has a problem and the other person has zero problems. I
Okay.
think it's really
they wouldn't be
unlikely.
drawn to
Because
you,
some people
right?
'Cause no
have
one's
felt like
perfect.
that in their lives. They're like, well, it's just me. Like, I have
don't
so
think
much
that's real.
anxiety, and like, oh, well, he's
Yes,
not
I
doing
just
anything
talked
wrong.
about
I just have all these problems.
No.
Like,
No,
no,
that's
I don't
not
think
true.
that's
They hypnotized
real.
you.
I think that's real because what if
don't
he
think
isn't
it
doing
is.
anything wrong and you're not a match?
yeah.
That's totally
Okay,
a
that's-
thing.
I don't
I was
think
in that
what you're
situation.
talking
No,
about.
I'm saying that's totally a thing where you're like, I have
That is.
anxiety.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in a relationship right now. Dating's not working, and I don't really like you that much. We're not a match.
Yeah, like for
Then
instance,
why is
didn't
he
do anything
attracted
wrong.
to you if you don't like him?
because okay, Christina,
do that. Oh my gosh.
Because he doesn't want someone who likes
Okay,
him.
think of a
That's what I'm
certain
saying.
someone
Ooh, yeah.
who went
Just
to the
saying.
college in Malibu where we lived that I dated.
Okay.
That's a perfect example.
Wait.
He was a great guy,
Oh.
good looking,
Oh,
successful.
yeah.
Everyone was like, "Wow, you should date him." And I literally was filled with rage.
But
to
he
hang out.
did have a big problem.
He did.
He
But
had a
it wasn't
big
like he
problem.
was like this toxic
But
guy.
he was
it
a
was
good
just like,
person.
And he
Yeah.
wasn't really doing anything
He
to
didn't
you.
do anything
TBH
wrong.
though, I would call that a toxic
actually,
trait.
no, because every time I
Yeah.
told him about anything like bad in my life, he'd be like, "You're too blessed to be stressed."
Oh, wait,
yeah,
He
that
was
is
like,
toxic.
that will
and
wear
he
you
said-
down
and he was
over
like,
time.
I think that like you should just be able to choose happiness. Like you shouldn't have to choose to be sad. Like, you don't have to do that.
That's really
Bless him.
sad.
So
He's
it's
like, sadness is
was like
there for
repression.
no reason.
you don't need it.
okay.
He's like,
Um,
ignore
so
it.
let me
so
ask
my
you
take
this
is that
then.
just when the negative outweighs the positive.
Wait,
But
did they have one?
I didn't answer yet.
Or anything to add that's
Ask her if
But
you
in
want.
that situation, would you did you try to be like, so listen, I feel like you have toxic positivity,
I
and you
wouldn't
try
say
to
that.
fix that, or were you just like, this is not it, bye?
No,
Like, how do you know?
Let me tell you the
How
very
did you know
immature
you were
way that I
done?
responded to that situation that I regret. I took 9 hours to respond to texts.
Wait, frequently?
Yes.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Like he would text me in the morning and I wouldn't respond.
Are you
all day
saying this was like a pattern throughout the whole thing?
throughout a lot of it?
That is a sign. If you just
And
don't even want to
he would
respond,
write me these long letters. It
you
was
feel so much
nice. And
pressure.
I was just like, I hate this letter, and I would throw
Ooh,
it
you
away.
got the ick.
Yeah,
you had the ick.
And I felt so bad. And then finally I wrote a letter and I said, I just don't think we're the right match. And he was like, where's this coming from? I thought everything was going great.
But
Wait,
how
so
did
she
you
wasn't-
decide? But how did you decide though that you were just not a match and it
Because
wasn't something you could work on?
He went away for the summer and then he came back and I was not excited to see him. I was actually kind of like annoyed that he was.
You just realized you didn't like
He's like,
him.
I don't
Yeah,
like
I was
you.
just like, I don't
Oh,
really
that's
miss you and I
sad.
don't want to spend time together. Like,
Yes, then it's like, what's the point?
I had a feeling I was like, I know when I see him. I'm a big believer in trust your gut. There we
Yes,
go. That's my
I
answer to this.
agree.
My gut was just like, no.
I agree.
okay.
Okay,
Anyone
so
else?
the question was, how do you
How do you know
when
if you
it's
should break
time?
up and not just try to fix the problem still?
Okay.
Or at all?
I could've
Every
tried to fix
situation
that.
is different, but I would
Okay.
say like there's so many situations. Like I can think of all these bad situations where it was like, it's going nowhere. Break up. It's obvious.
Okay.
It's pretty much always obvious to me, unless this is my thing.
You're saying like when it's not obvious.
No, I always say
well, I don't
the
know.
answer will become clear. If it's not clear, do nothing.
it'll become obvious.
do nothing.
Yes.
You just keep going. If you're not sure, you just
I would
wait.
agree.
If you because maybe
I agree with that.
Maybe
I
listen,
disagree.
maybe you know right now, like maybe I probably should break up with him, but you don't really have the heart to do it. You will. You will soon. If you don't have it now, something's gonna happen. So you either, if you don't
Tune
have
in.
the strength to do it now, don't worry. At some
I
point,
agree with
it
that.
will become
like,
clear.
Clarity comes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
also,
If
if
you're
you
tuning
becomes
in
a-
and not ignoring
No,
everything.
no,
Right.
no.
About
People
it,
can
too.
ignore
Christina,
things
you
for
even then,
years.
Even then, it comes.
Maybe your clarity is extreme.
No, I'm saying you might
I'm
ignore that
saying-
it's coming.
No, I'm saying
People do this.
at some point. you won't be able
Even
to
if
ignore
it's
it.
for years, though,
Watch
at
Bad
some point.
Vegan. Well, no,
No, I think some people.
Bad Vegan. It became clear when they went to jail and
I
they
think
got
some people
separated.
keep it up. They're like, whatever. I'm going to my deathbed.
I disagree
Hey,
with
but
you.
that's,
My
pretty,
point
that's pretty
is,
extreme.
I think people
don't
do
think
that.
that's very common.
at some
I don't think it's
point,
very
no
common.
I didn't
matter
say it's common, I
how
just say people
oblivious
do
you
that.
are, it will become
and
clear.
a big thing about this
I'm
is
saying it will not.
Yeah,
if
if
you're
you're
too
too
oblivious.
oblivious.
I think people can ignore anything if they try hard
Well,
enough.
ask them after
Okay.
they die.
Well,
Did you
yeah,
ever
if the
realize?
person is trying that hard to ignore it, then they're not going to know. So that kind
Yeah,
of negates
that's
the
just
question.
kind of
Yeah.
negates
Yes,
the
that's
question.
what I'm
They'll
saying.
never
So then
know.
they might
People
have
can't
to
ignore things
if
when they
you-
try hard.
Yeah, if you're not having clarity, then maybe you need to have a more scientific
have
approach
I just read
to this. Of like
have I just
pros and
read too many
cons.
psychological books? Because I've read some wild things that people ignored that I'm like, how on earth would you ignore
That's what I'm
that?
saying. She
How?
ignored the fact that he embezzled
How?
$1.5 million from her, but when they went to jail, it became clear.
Yeah.
That is a thing.
Clarity
Okay.
came. And
I don't know.
It's boiling the frog.
For the average
Okay.
person, though,
That's
okay, they're gonna
wild.
have clarity at
Most
some
people
point.
don't get
Yeah.
embezzled
You have a last
1.5
pop
million
on
from
this.
Okay,
now.
yes, this is my last pop. I would say in my most recent experience, this was so annoying because I remember I was folding my laundry and I was like, I have a hunch. Oh, that I deserve a little more than this.
Was that the person
had a
that was
hunch?
me that
I
texted you
had
like
a
10 times the
hunch.
same sentence?
No,
Because I kept saying, you deserve
no, don't say that to me ever. That is the first rule. Never say that I deserve more than I'm getting.
Wait, why?
Because I know that, and if I had more, I would do that.
What?
That makes me livid when people say that to me. I'm like,
Noted.
no. I
Because
know
it's
this.
like you deserve more. It's like, okay, well, where am I gonna get more?
Yeah,
This is all I
why?
have. Okay, I'm desperate.
Exactly.
Oh,
but
I
it's also like I
It's
know
triggering your
what
own
I like.
issues?
I know what I deserve, and it feels patronizing, and it feels like you think that I'm dumb. I was talking to my friend about this. I was like, I just don't want to hear from anyone.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
I say that to
I
people
know
all the
that.
That's the
time.
opposite.
So
I would like
you're
to know
saying
that.
Yeah.
you know when you should break up and not try to fix it because you realize you deserve better.
I had
So
that.
why didn't you try to fix it then?
Well, after I had that moment, then just things happened where it was like, this is not going to be fixed. This is
Okay,
just
if
not
you
going to
realized
work.
it was unfixable.
That's what I'm saying. You think about these problems, you're like, well, maybe they'll get fixed. At one point, it becomes
It
clear.
becomes
They're
clear
not
they're
going to get fixed.
unfixable.
So wouldn't it be a sign if someone said you deserve more and then you were triggered? Isn't that a sign?
No.
No, because most people
Well,
don't realize
wait, are
their
you
impulses.
saying you don't want the
Wouldn't you
guy
not
to
be triggered
say
if you
you
didn't think
deserve?
so?
No, I don't want
You don't want the
anyone
guy
to say
that
that
you deserve
and the guy
more.
to say that.
But wouldn't you
Oh.
not be triggered if you didn't agree with them? So you'd be like, oh,
no,
I
that's
agree.
the thing. I did agree.
Yeah,
That's
so
the
you
thing.
were
I hate it when
triggered.
people tell me things that
So
I
it
already
was
know.
a sign.
I hate when people tell me
Okay.
things I already know. And also,
We don't have to agree, guys. It's okay.
Yeah,
I always err on the side of this person is horrible. So I don't need people to tell me that they're horrible because I already am probably
That is
thinking
untrue, but okay.
Thank you. But I already know all the things.
Okay. Anyway, next
just makes me
question.
mad.
That's good. Good.
Okay,
Next
see,
question.
we're not agreeing on everything. Good.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you realize you should break up with them, and the problems are unfixable. So should you give them the cold hard truth, or should you just try to let them down easy?
It depends on it.
What's
Their
your
mental state.
Yes,
What
it
do you think,
depends
like,
on their
guys?
mental
like,
state.
do you tell them like, listen, you have this problem, that problem, that problem, that problem, or you're just like, you know, it's
Let
not
me
you,
tell
it's
you.
me. Like, what do you do?
I
Depends.
never give people the cold hard truth because you know what? You telling them most likely won't do anything. My opinion.
Okay.
I
Disagree.
have told people things before. Guess what? They're even worse now. They're even worse
why
now.
they're worse?
No, I'm
Because
just
you
saying.
told them.
As I predicted, it didn't do a dang thing.
Okay.
Does that mean no one's ever changed from anything? No.
Oh, my
But in
Okay.
my
Gosh.
experience,
But
it
also,
doesn't matter.
this is in a breakup.
Yes,
right?
in
You're
a
not
breakup.
expecting to get better.
In a breakup,
because you're
I'm
breaking
like,
up.
but I'll give you the context. When
Okay.
when I told people these things, we're in like an argument, and I'm like, okay, you do this, you do that, blah blah, and this is actually why blah blah. Never change. They're even more off the rails.
Okay, I can give
In
a
another planet.
scientific
See, people can't ignore
analysis of this because I've done this in
You can
friendships.
be
and
oblivious to anything.
I was just thinking.
Okay,
I don't think that highlights that.
Yeah,
Even when someone
yeah,
tells you
everything you're
who's
saying
known
is
you.
like because it's like in every situation, yes, you could be unaware of all these things.
That's just my
But
point.
if you're
I'm
unaware,
saying
how are you going to be aware?
I don't think one
That's what I'm
person.
saying.
So
How
just
can you be
saying,
aware?
Be aware of the things you're not aware of.
Okay. She's just saying you could not know.
I'm saying look for
That's
something
true.
that
That's
you
just
may not
mounting
know.
notes, and it's like, what am I missing?
No, I do that. I
But
do
what
that.
would I
I'm
wear?
like, I'm so unaware of something. What could it be? And then I do become aware of that. I wasn't aware.
Anyway, look, that's my
I
perspective.
do this all the time because I block things
Listen,
out.
let me summarize.
Oh my God.
That's
All the
my
time.
perspective. To summarize, I say save yourself. Get out.
Okay.
Who cares what
So
happens?
you
Okay,
just
what's
want to
yours?
let him down easy. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
because I'm just trying to cut my losses, move
All right,
on.
whatever.
I'm gonna grow and learn regardless what they do.
Okay.
That's
But
their
level
responsibility.
of, what word should I use? Their level of
Volatility?
was high.
Oh yeah,
in many
you want to be
cases.
careful.
So I don't know if I would say anything, which is what part of my point.
Never mind.
you want to be
I
really
just changed
careful.
my answer.
I said depends on their mental state.
Okay.
I was
know
thinking
yours?
first about friends, like my female friends, and I was like, oh, I've told them the truth.
said a breakup,
No,
Kat.
but I'm saying I'm about to apply this to breakups. Half the time I told them the truth, it went well, and we became better friends.
No,
the
this is
other
a
half,
breakup.
No,
Yeah, okay.
I'm leading there. I'm leading there. And then the other half, I told them the truth, and they're like, no, you're wrong. I don't agree. Bye. But in a breakup, I'm starting to think about it. Every time I've done this with a guy, they didn't respond well. So is it just different for breakups? Because like one guy I'm thinking of who literally I went to Chick-fil-A and then I gave him this letter and then he just cried and was like, don't leave. And I was like, you've literally been neglecting me and ignoring me for like 2 months and treating me like trash. But so why do you not want me to leave? Like, and then the other ones were like, oh, one guy who was a very narcissistic person. I'm just stating a fact. Stating a fact. Other people said this too from their experiences. He was actually a worship leader. But anyway, awkward. So he had a very dualistic thing there with the appearance. But anyways, he was like, you shouldn't have let your bad feelings steep like tea. It was like,
What?
Okay.
I was like, it was
Hey,
not
is he a
even.
songwriter?
Listen, I want to say, I think this is my theory, which I don't know. You guys can
So it's
tell me
my
after.
fault that he had problems with me.
I think it's very, very, very rare that a man can hear criticism in a situation like this from a woman they are or were attracted to and take it to
Take it
heart
well.
and think it over.
Yeah,
I gave
does
my
that ever
brother the harshest
Oh, I have a
financial
great
speech I've given
response.
anyone ever. Like, you are so lame. And then he turned his life around. But
He's
I also
great at taking criticism.
yes,
Whoa,
he's
he's
great at taking
really good
criticism,
at
and I
taking
also couch it with a lot of positivity too. But I was just thinking about that. I was like, I could never.
Well-
it just wouldn't go the same way, in my opinion.
I have a good
Here's-
response.
I was very gentle with most of
What?
these men, though, in the way that I approached it, and it
a good
still didn't
response.
really end that well.
What is your response,
Okay,
Christina?
here, I'll say mine
Because
kind
I
of
just feel like
response.
they don't want to hear it from you.
Okay,
They hear it from their sister.
Listen, so first of all, consider their mental state.
Yes.
If it's really off the rails, then it's like, no. Well,
Yeah.
okay, here's what I would do. There's certain ones off the rails. I'm like, he's not going to listen to a darn thing I say. So I pick one of two things what I would do. One, I would say something rude because he deserved it. Two, I would not do that. And I'd just be like, see ya, depending on how off the rails he was. Because sometimes I'm like, you deserve someone to cut you down. You deserve it. You're rude. You do this to so many girls, and I'm going to be the
But do you
one
think that helps?
to cut you down.
It just makes you feel
because
good.
it humbles him for a moment.
I think it just makes you
I
feel
think
good
you-
regardless.
Maybe he secretly
Think they need a
thinks
moment
about
of
it
being
later
humbled.
on. Like, he might be
Yes.
mad. Maybe later he's like, am I?
There's no way to know.
I think they need to be humbled, and that's it. It's just called
tell 'em.
justice,
Look,
okay?
it's just her.
That's just that. Okay, but if
Okay,
it's
what's
not
the
that,
word?
if it's not that, and I can be like, I think he would listen for a second, then I have most of the time delivered the cold hard truth, but I don't just say it about him. I say about me too. So I say like, this is what I did wrong. I had these faults, and I can see like I was attracted to this thing in you that is not a good thing because of this. I would be like psychological about it, and I would say like, I really think you doing this thing is hurting you. It's going to hurt you in the future, and I think we both deserve something that's more healthy. So I would lay things out, but I wouldn't say like, you are the problem, you did everything wrong, blah blah. I'd be like, you have a lot of issues, and so do I. I'm attracted to you. It's a problem. And they would be taken well basically every time I've ever done it. And I've done it many a time. I like to give the cold hard truth. When I can tell they're not gonna completely tune it out and not gonna go off the rails. That's important. Assessing the mental state, I think, is very important.
Yes, because it's very sketchy sometimes.
None of them were like dangerous, I would say, at all.
Yeah.
Mine personally.
You just
But I
have to
think
be
though,
careful
it's
in
like,
this world.
I think there's another difference here is if you've already been telling them the cold hard truth throughout the
I hadn't.
relationship, like
Yeah.
I had
then they
not.
already know that. And by the
Yeah,
time
then
you
you don't
break
need to.
up, it's kind of like, look, all these things
Yeah.
that we've been having issues with, like
You
this is
know.
why we're breaking up. But my
Yeah.
problem is
Yes.
that if I tell them, this is my experience, if I tell them, so look, you have this problem, that problem, which we already know, then they go, no, but I'll change that. I won't be like that anymore. I'll
Too
do
late.
this, I'll do that, I'll that. I won't do
never
that.
seen it.
And then I have to just be like, okay, look, I don't want to be with you anymore. Like, I have to say that because if I tell them all the reasons, they just say, oh, no, it doesn't matter because I'll
I've
change.
never
I'll change,
dealt
I'll
with
change.
this kind of guy.
So I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to be with you. And
Because
like,
it's
oh,
like-
don't you love me? I'm like, yeah.
No.
So
This
why
guy, he's
can't
like
we be
not
together?
listening
That's
to
a
you.
salesman.
I
Oh
will
my
tell you my
gosh.
experience of the guy who's like, oh, I'll change. He didn't change. at
Yeah,
all.
duh.
He
know
changed
what?
for maybe
This
one
just came
week.
to my mind. I think, I mean, we could say men, we could say people in general. People change when things are done to them or happen to them.
Yes.
When you tell people things, they change a portion of the time. But a
Yeah.
lot of the time, you hear something, you don't change. When
Oh,
something
yeah.
happens to
You
you,
have to have like an awakening
then
yourself.
you
For
change.
sure.
Which someone
Which
walking
you know what
away could be
happens
really
to people?
good.
Getting dumped.
Yes.
That can change you without telling them anything. Wow, I lost a good one. Why did that? And then you go into self-reflection, and that is so much more effective.
So
in my
effective.
opinion.
That's true.
Sometimes
Or they
you
might
have
never
to
know.
kick them to the curb, and then they're like, "Wow, I have a bruise. Whoa, did I get kicked? Where did this bruise come from?" Then they think,
Yeah, if he could change, then he could just change when you're not together. If he really could change.
Yeah.
"Oh, he could have changed when you were together."
Yeah.
Okay, what do you have?
I get not strangely, because if you know me, it's not very strange. I get
Heated?
confrontational.
Oh.
And I'm a guy, like, it's strange
Angry?
to me because, like,
Filled
I'm
with
like,
rage.
Because looks like a muffin is a muffin.
No,
No,
looks like
yeah.
a cinnamon roll.
Kinda
Is
like
a
a
cinnamon
chihuahua,
roll, but
I
with
would
yes, I am kind of like a
cyanide.
chihuahua, literally.
She just really lets it out.
But I'll
I've
just
seen
be
it.
like, look, you cannot, like, why would you do that? And I'm like, look, that behavior, like, no, that was, like, not right. Or I'm like, do not do that to the next girl. I'm like, if you had a boundary, why did you not tell me? Or I'm like, why would you do this? And, like,
Okay, so cold hard truth.
yes, I'm
Yeah.
like, I need you to tell me exactly what's going on if I'm going to get over you.
And
So
what did they do?
tell me.
How'd they respond?
They are nice. And they're just like, yeah.
Yeah.
They're just kind of
They
like,
know what they did.
yeah. They're just kind of like,
That's the
turn
vibe I get from
into
Amy is
weird
they
little,
know what they did.
They
Yeah.
turn into these weird, like, little puppies. And you're like,
they
Oh
know.
yeah.
So the
no,
Chihuahua
These are
turns
different
the
types of
pit bull
guys.
into
Yeah.
the Labrador. What's the chill
they
dog?
were never
Guys,
pit bulls,
we
though.
we don't see. I would say everyone I think agrees with this. We don't see guys has a blanket
category of person.
of like all guys. 'Cause
Yeah, that's
we are
true.
very
They're
aware that
so
all the
different.
guys that we have liked have
Very different.
that we have pinpointed like the specific types of guys that each of us have been drawn to, and how maybe either similar some of them were to each other or
Shudders.
so different.
Shudders.
So we are
Yeah.
very much aware of these different types. Like each person talking about them, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that type, that type, that type, that type. We're
Yeah.
very aware. It's not just like guys. It's like different types.
yeah.
Yeah.
The ones that I've liked tend to be
Okay.
very nice and non-confrontational at all.
Yeah, so you probably don't have to worry about the cold
No,
hard truth because
I
you're
don't
not
have to
gonna
worry
like
about it.
burn your
Whereas
house
yours
down
would be a
or
lot more
something.
confrontational guys in general. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Yeah, but they could take a beating if I were to yell at them. They don't care.
Oh
They're the
my
kind. They're like,
God.
yeah, tell me. I love attention. I'm like, you don't get my attention anymore. That's the point.
Ooh, you tell
Different
them.
telling you,
things,
just-
but
then
it's different.
That's just
Different
they know
guys.
that they still got their hooks in you, and you're like me. They're like, oh, she
Yeah,
cares.
you can tell it's almost
You
like
know
they
what? One
want
of them told me
this.
when you cut off all your hair, I knew you were over me. I'm like, yeah, cause I was. I moved on.
Idiot.
Was the
Okay.
visual change enough? Anyway.
Okay, here's the next question. So we talked about getting broken up with, but now here's my question. What if you are... No,
Wait,
wait.
we talked about breaking up with
with
people.
people.
Yeah.
But now my question
She
is,
was so smooth until she wasn't. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. She was doing great.
what
Go ahead.
if you are getting broken up with, but you don't want to break up? What do? Do you try
Never
to
happened to
fix
me.
it? Do you try to salvage it? Or do you just let it happen
Can
and roll
you
over
try
and
if-
die? What do you do?
Can you
happened to
even
me. I don't know.
try
well,
if they
what
broke
would
up
you
with
do?
you?
I've never been broken up with either, so.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't know. I would try to salvage it if it was like I could if I was really passionate about the relationship. But I feel like every time something has ended, I never did like any kind of breakup situation.
Gotta dig back into the
I
archives.
think I'd be like,
Here's
yeah, you're right.
My other question with this is like, how would you want to react, like in a tasteful way, if you were being broken up with and you didn't want to
Depends
be?
on how triggered.
This is
you
all
were.
I can say. I haven't been dumped, but I have been ghosted and just abandoned.
Which is like the 21st century. I feel like that is like 21st century dumping.
I don't know. So in those
No, it
situations,
sucks.
I don't quite know how to react like to a face-to-face conversation or something, but I always try to like, I'm really sad. I'm obviously demolished because I was obsessed with this person who didn't like me or didn't like me anymore. And I always tell myself, I don't want to be with anyone who doesn't want to be with me. Like, do you really want that? No. Oh, you could go after them and try to force them to what? If they don't want to be with you, why do you want to be with
Yeah,
them?
why are they
I
breaking
always have to.
up?
Okay, yes. It's like, what's the goal? The goal is someone to just who wants to talk to me, who wants to see me, who wants to be around me. Why would you want to sit in a room with someone and they're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be around you? Like, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
And then I think about it that way. I'm like, okay, yes, I got to move on. So that's all the closest thing I can.
Yeah, when,
think of.
when would they be breaking up where it's like you would want to? Okay, let me think.
Oh wait, maybe they're like going away to college or something. I don't know.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, so it's not
Or
like
it's
there's
like
a
long
problem in your
distance.
Okay,
relationship.
that actually happened to me kind of.
Because I think, okay, probably if there was a bunch of problems, you probably would have seen it coming. Kind of been like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Well, for me, there was one situation where there was a guy that I dated for a couple months, and it was right before I moved to Tennessee, and I actually really liked him. He was a really good guy. I remember writing in my journal, this is the first guy I ever could see myself actually like marrying. Like, he was a really good guy. There were some fundamental differences, but those were more like personality. It wasn't like him as a like character flaws.
Yeah.
But he broke up with me because he said, sorry, I don't want to date because you're moving to Tennessee. I don't want to do long distance.
So what did
That's
you do?
hard.
Well, I just kept myself composed because
Okay.
I just didn't want to. I just felt, I guess, embarrassed. So it's like
Yeah.
you just want to save face. You know, you're like, I don't want to be like, please.
I was going to say
come
the same
back."
thing.
No, literally, I think I was like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Not. I was like, man, I really liked him. But I could tell that he was already withdrawing before it even happened. So it was like, but what I did was I kept myself composed, and then I drove away and I threw the Disneyland tickets that he gave me out the window, and I was like, oh!
For sure.
I was like, why do you think I want? He was like, let me break up with you. Oh, by the way, here's the tickets from the time we went to Disneyland as a memento. Why do I want a memento of you? And then he texted me like a week later, like, hey, how are you? Like, everything was fine. Like, he wanted to keep in touch. I
That's
was like,
weird.
no. And he's like, if you ever come to California and have like a show here, I'd love to see you. I was like, no, we're not leaving. This is some weird unfinished thing.
No.
So my opinion is, for me, I'm just very avoidant. So I don't really want to hang on to something. If you are out of it, then I'm like, I'm slipping out the back door before you even finish the sentence because I'm like, it's so awkward. I could never like bring myself to cling on to a relationship if someone like maybe in my mind, like pining, but I could never say it to their face. Like, I want to keep trying. If someone says anything remotely to like, I want to break up, I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, me too. Bye.
Yeah.
Goodbye, I'm out of here. I gotta go. Like, I just
What if your
can't. That's just not my
husband-
personality.
What if your husband's like, I want to break up? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna go,
Light my hair on fire. Like, I don't even burn my house.
Then you're like, we're going
Now
to
your head's on
therapy.
fire.
Okay,
Then
this is
what?
not
This is not a marriage, Christina.
Oh my
This is a
That
relationship.
happens
It's
to
trauma.
a large amount of couples. Just saying.
I mean, yes,
Yeah.
it does.
People do have to think of what they're gonna say.
Okay, yeah.
This is where I think
breakups.
about what you're gonna say unless you think it's gonna happen.
I would say we need to go to therapy, but we probably would have already been in therapy.
Okay, so anyway, we're
not
It's just like
about
in my opinion, it's like you don't have control of the other person.
Yeah.
If they don't want to be
See,
in
okay.
it, they're not going to.
But I will say that in my relationship now, he did kind of try to break things off in the beginning because it was like, oh, well, this is long distance. Like, oh, this can be really hard. Like, I don't want to break your heart, whatever.
Shut up.
And
Sorry.
I wasn't.
Sorry.
I was like, stop saying that. Like, I can decide
Yes,
if
it's
I
the
want my
worst.
heart broken, not you. How about you don't want to break your own heart? Why don't you say that? Like, it's not about my heart.
Put it on
And
me.
I did try to be like, no, like, we can still talk. Like, we can do this. Like, we don't have to. Like, it's okay. I was like, it's okay to be hurt. It's okay for it to be hard. Like, why can't we just try? Like,
Yeah,
I did
that's a
try
good
to salvage
point.
it. But that wasn't him literally being like, I want to end this. It was more him saying like, I don't know, should we do this? Like, this is so hard.
See, but
blah,
yours
blah,
was
blah.
more situational.
So-
It wasn't like there was major problems. Like he was like, oh, I just don't get along with you. I don't like you. Like it was more of a situational thing. He really liked
so
you.
I did.
So he wasn't really rejecting
I did
you.
fight for that. I will say.
Good for
so.
you.
That's what I'm saying. If there's a reason, then it's like there's a reason.
I actually am realizing I have gotten rejected, not on the reg, but very many times, where it's like they're like, oh, see, I was like these nice guys that don't ghost. They have to say, I just don't think it's gonna, and I'm like, shut up.
Wait,
but
what?
like,
You want them to go?
No, I don't want them to, but it's just like I always have to have these conversations like, well, I just don't see blah blah, and I'm just like, so I've been in this situation a million times. First of all, I get confrontational and I'm like, okay, if you're doing this, like, why did you do this? Why did you do this? So I get confrontational about it, and then I
You mean
say,
like when they're like leading you on, basically,
Yes,
right? Yeah,
exactly.
It's like, why you gotta lead someone on?
and then I
That's
say
not cool.
like, then I just kind of am like, well, then I guess this is done. Like, I guess I'm not speaking to you again. And then, because I had this guy, like, ghost me for, like, 2 weeks. It was absolute torture. Come back and be like, so I just don't think this is going to work. And I was like, excuse? I was not like that. But I was, like, actually in shock. So I didn't really have much to say except for, yeah, I guess I could have, inferred that from your behavior. Like, hello. And then I just, you have to respect their decision, guys. It sucks, but you have to. And then you should be like, I'm sorry that this isn't going to work out. Like, I wish you the best.
Yeah.
Bye.
In my experience, anytime someone was just trying to exit my life, I'm not saying this is everyone's experience, but I'm saying, like, I kind of felt these patterns of, like, oh, if I had these, like, not rules. It was just, like, I noticed something happening over and over, and I made note of it. 2 people come into your life at the same time. They're both wrong. That was something I noticed.
think that's one of the most profound things you've ever said.
Thank you. Wow.
It is, like, always true.
It was true for me so many times. I was like, oh my gosh, you guys are talking to me. This is great. No, this is bad. They're both wrong.
It's so weird because they don't even know about each other.
I know. It's just it's
so weird.
something in the universe.
They're never right.
And then my other thing was like, if someone is not, like, if it's just not working in the beginning and like something is like misfiring and then you're kind of like forcing it together or like it's just, oh, we figured it out. It's like, not even, I'm not saying your situation. I'm saying it's more like when
It's like it's
they're
not
just,
connecting.
Like, they're talking to you and then they stop and then it's just like.
Bungee jumping on off the grid.
Right.
Yeah.
It just keeps running and out. There was a guy that I did this song and dance with for like 3 years.
3 years.
There's actually another one I did this with for 5 years.
Oh,
So I'm over here. Like, I just kept hanging on in my mind of just like, it wasn't even that I was talking to him. Like, it was just like, oh, when we'd see each other, it would just like light back up, But it's just, that's just my thing. If it's not working, it's not going to work.
Okay,
wait.
If it's weird in the beginning, it's weird later.
Is it like a faster one?
It could be.
Let's do it quicker.
Okay. This
One
is the
more.
question. How do you act on social media after breakup? Do you just go business as usual? Do you go, I love my life, best thing that ever happened? Or do you post like hints that you're sad? What do you do?
Okay, I went through the wildest breakup where I cut off all my hair, and my posts were like, yeah, living it up. I'm at the fair. I'm traveling. I'm here. I'm there. I'm going to a concert. I was having like a break, like a. I don't even know what to call it, but
Manic pixie dream girl.
I don't know, but it was. I definitely posted everything. Like, my life's so much better without. My life's great. I'm not even better without anyone. There was never anyone.
And do you delete pictures if you posted them?
I never post pictures of anyone. They don't deserve it.
I agree.
Well, if you did.
Oh, these are all really good questions.
You know
'cause
what?
This is so like, Christina, you don't really have to deal with this because
I was back in 2000.
You didn't have any breakups when social media was.
Well, I only had one pic with him, and I deleted it because he was dumb.
Wow.
Yeah, good for you.
I guess you're gonna be on my Facebook.
It depends also if it was a bad breakup or not. Like, if I broke up with someone and they were really sad and I felt bad and they weren't bad, I wouldn't want to go post like, I love my life, it's so great, it's so much better without you. It's like, that's just sad.
I think
All my breakups were like
I
that.
always delete pictures. I'm just like, oh, it's awkward.
Do you think back in 2000? Okay, Facebook was a big thing, but I
believe you
don't
delete
think people
pictures.
did that whole overcorrecting thing.
No.
Or people did the.
Or they post
I'm
sad
so
quotes.
sad.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did the
Did that.
quotes.
And if I'm
I do
recalling,
that.
I believe I did. I believe I did business as usual because he was relentlessly calling me,
Yeah.
so I could just say it to his face.
For sure.
But I feel like
Yeah.
I'd be inclined to do a sad thing here and there.
Yeah,
Or maybe
I
my
do
life is
that.
perfect
So
here and there
weird.
as well.
I
I think I would do one. I'd be
actually,
like, oh, let's stop for
I have not that I know of really ever posted a picture with anybody except for maybe one time. But if I did, knowing myself that I like to delete every shred of evidence
You
in
would
their
delete.
existence, I think I
Delete,
would.
delete,
I
delete.
want to say I would not. Because
would.
I think it's for me, I probably wouldn't do.
I
Then I'm
think
like, maybe
maybe-
I just don't post pictures of people so I don't have to delete them.
No, I think we're the same where you wouldn't post them to begin with.
Yes. Except for maybe on my I don't know.
Well, yeah, but it deletes on your, if you have a private story, which I do. Sorry. It doesn't matter. It's just a story. Like, I would do a
Yeah.
story post, but it's gone.
I
Nothing lasts forever.
posted one picture with one guy one time on my Instagram before Max, my husband, and I deleted it. It was the Disneyland picture with the one guy who had the
Don't
tickets out the
remember.
window. Because I just was like,
Littering.
loitering. I didn't even
Vandalism. Flagrant.
True.
Treason.
It's California. This is probably really bad, but one of the biggest ways I would cope during a breakup would be writing, and I would write a lot of poetry. And I would always write these poems that were so roasty, like, you did this.
Oh my gosh.
You did this. I was like so angry. And then I was like, oh, I could never post this because this is too personal and too like direct at them. And then I would post it knowing
That's another thing people do.
well, on my blog though. So it's like
Oh,
my Tumblr,
my
knowing that these guys read my Tumblr.
Gosh.
But people,
Catherine,
you. So it's like an indirect, like, this is how I really feel. But I'm never
People
gonna
do
say it
that
to your
where
face.
they share like post their story that's like signs of a narcissist.
Okay, so
my
no,
God.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't say signs of a narcissist. I would just say posted some new poems, and then it would be
Yeah,
like
oof.
no one knows who it's about, but it'd be like he.
Ooh,
To
here's
me,
he
I'm sorry,
did
but that is so ridiculous. People go, signs of a narcissistic gaslighter. I'm like, guess what?
I would like to do
if
that.
they really are, they will not read this and think of
And
themselves.
they will not think
That
of
is the
themselves.
most point.
and
if-
it also
if
will
they're
not be good for you
they
too.
will, if they're not one, they'll read that and know that you post about them and be like,
But I gotta say,
you will never get anything good besides your own feeling out of that.
Yeah.
That's
turning
all.
this back on the guy, like, how annoying is it? Tell me this happened to you. When you stop talking to them and then they go and like a bunch of your stuff in a row. Not just, oh, your most recent pic. They'll go back and like a bunch of things. So you get
What?
all
Oh,
these
then I would like
notifications.
that.
Who are these
No,
guys
like,
that
yes,
you've
he
been
likes
talking
my
to? I've never had that happen to me.
Well, it's been a while since I've
Guys,
been married,
it was a
but
struggle to get a guy to like any of my pictures.
Yeah, I think I would
it's
have
like they're
liked that.
trying to like signal to you like I still like you.
Yeah, so you're like, yes, he still likes
So
me.
then I keep posting, so like, oh, I want to keep liking
You know
it.
what?
That's horrible.
I've had multiple
Horrible.
guys that would refuse to like my pictures and like every one of Lauren's.
Ew.
And I'd be like, excuse me?
That is sick.
Amy,
That is
these
a
guys are
sicko.
kind of
Scary?
diabolical.
Yes.
Yeah, you said they were nice.
Or they
They're
simply had a
diabolical.
crush on
They
me.
were nice.
They didn't. They never spoke to me.
Maybe
Spoke
are
to
these
her.
guys nice guys,
Weird,
quote unquote.
weird,
Well,
weird,
Well,
weird.
they were
Nice
actually
guy.
nice, and they were nice in a lot of ways, and just
were
emotionally
nicely liking your pics.
strangled. So they did weird things because they were emotionally strangled.
Weird.
By their
That's
own.
good.
That's not very nice.
Okay, that's it.
Wow.
What a weird
Wait,
look.
I have one
Wow,
quick
good
poll.
job, Laura. What?
Do you
Oh.
Good job,
delete
Lauren.
their number and their text and every shred of evidence, or do you keep it
Nope.
all as a shred?
Delete,
Keep it
delete,
for a
delete.
long
Never
time.
delete.
Get it out.
I keep
Never
it.
delete.
I keep it for a while and then delete.
Ceremoniously throw it in the
'Cause I'm
dumpster.
like,
That's
maybe-
what I would do.
I never delete until I'm like, okay, we're definitely not talking anymore. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, he's probably gonna text me at some point.
No, I would do it for my own self-control. I'm not going to text this person, delete the number, and then delete the recent.
No.
So you can't pull it up.
I'm like, I have to be able to text him
no,
if I
no,
really want to.
Out of my life.
Maybe
I
I'm
still
like,
have
Forever.
everyone's numbers. I don't know why. I just
Oh, I
Ew.
deleted
Nope,
everything.
I had to.
a
Because
Because I
while
don't look at my
Too triggering.
contacts.
I'm like, maybe if I didn't delete everything I'm pretending never happened, it would prevent the month later crash that I get every single time.
Yeah.
Wait, why?
Because I'm always like, oh, I'm fine, and then a month later, I'm
She
like,
goes into denial and delete mode.
I'm denial and delete real
You can still be
fast.
sad if you delete the stuff, though.
No, but it's like maybe it'll prevent
It's part of
that.
the denial.
Yeah.
No, I delete it, and then I'm like, I'm so sad. I listen to all these sad songs and go on a walk and cry.
Yeah, I want to like
nice.
reread stuff and torture
No,
myself for a while.
no, get
and
out
then-
of that.
Oh,
delete it.
Delete the
I'm like, you
conversation.
didn't mean any of
Makes
this,
me feel
liar.
better, actually.
Well, yeah, because I'm like, this is not even real at this
Yes,
point. So
I'm
I
like,
might
fake,
delete the
fake,
conversation.
fake. I hate it.
Yeah, because I don't want to see that. Because I'm like, oh, he would never send me this text now.
I
That's
never
depressing.
thought that. I'm like, remember when?
Oh, wow, two types of people. Yeah, and
I
then
don't
you come
know.
across a screenshot and you're like,
because my thing is to actually move on from someone will like get them out of your life. Then you have to not talk to them. So if you have the text, you can go back and relive it without talking to them. But then sometimes you read it and you're like, no, I wonder if they'd say it again. Hey.
No.
That's funny.
Don't open up that can of worms.
Don't do that.
Okay. So
I feel like we gotta expose
All
ourselves.
right, let's go to Sister
Good
Spotlight.
job hosting, Lauren. That was really good.
great work.
Thank you.
I love the deep questions. I wouldn't expect anything less from Lauren, honestly.
so gross. Okay, anyway.
All right, Sister Spotlight, where a different sister gets a spotlight every week. It's
Everyone's going, who is it?
It could be Get Real with Christina, Sassy or Sappy Thoughts with Kath, Lisa's Corner, Amy's Current Crisis, or Lauren's Take. And this week, the sister is Amy's Current Crisis.
Hey guys. So
Let's hear it.
this crisis is entitled.
What?
Doesn't sound like a crisis to me.
Yeah,
It's
what?
entitled what?
Am I sick?
Am I sick?
This is definitely a crisis.
I'm sick.
I'm over this crisis.
I think I'm sick from hearing it.
Dash or is it allergies?
Am I sick or is it allergies?
I could tell this one for
Oh,
you.
no.
This is- Look, guys, I have to say you don't understand because I think this is actually true OCD thinking. After I
Yes.
read Turtles All the Way Down, I was like,
Wait, what
Turtles
is
all the
Turtles
way
all the
down.
way down?
oh my gosh.
Wait, what?
It's John Green book where the main person is like has OCD because he has it. And I was like,
Oh, okay.
oh gosh, this
Okay.
is me. Oh wow, that's why I do this. Anyway, so then I was like, so basically, guys, welcome to the deep dark spiral that is called, is it allergies or am I sick? So basically, it starts with a sniffle. Or a scratch, or a tired feeling, and then, or the alarming news that someone around me has been sick lately.
And then you're like, wait, am I sick?
I literally cannot stop thinking about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, are they sick? Oh my gosh, okay, it's been a few days since I saw them. I'm not sick. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get sick. Oh my gosh, are they sick? It's been a few days. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get sick. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Oh my gosh, I can't be sick. I'm gonna have to. I'm ruining this. Oh my gosh, I can't be sick. It's been a few days since I saw them. Oh my gosh, I can't be sick. Oh my gosh, it's been a few days since I saw them. Oh my gosh, I can't be sick. This 24 hours at least, all day. And then Lauren
Non-stop.
sits there going, okay.
So like we've been over this, lady.
I'm like,
Hey,
what
I'd
if
like
I
to say
ruin this?
I'm always down for a symptom check. Amy always calls me, these are my symptoms. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I will always go
my
through
like,
symptoms.
like this is no, like, oh my gosh, like So I'm always like, I'm gonna ruin this, I'm gonna ruin that, I'm gonna do this, that, and this is all gonna be wrong. And then I cannot get off it, Napoleon. It just never works. Until more recently. I've been working through it more, but it was startling this morning because when I was 25, I think, or 24. It was 2020. I was 25 almost. I realized I have seasonal allergies and a bad dust allergy. And I didn't know that my whole life. I thought I was sick all the time. I was like, I'm like half sick all the time. Why is this a thing? Why do I
Because
constantly
you
feel like I'm
don't
dying?
vacuum.
Yes.
True.
And I don't dust, and I don't take any sort of
you gotta
allergy
do the mama
medication.
clean. You gotta do the mama clean.
I should.
You would love it.
So basically,
Clean mama.
I literally live my life in this cyclone of allergies. Cause like today I wake up, I walk outside, my throat starts itching, and my eyes start watering, and then I'm like, am I sick? Oh no!
Oh.
And I'm like, oh no! And I'm like, wait. So I get here and I check in with Betsy, and I'm like, Betsy, how are your allergies today? And she's like, not good. And I'm like, okay, it's just.
Oh.
I'm like, I think it's just allergies because my eyes are itchy, my throat is itchy, and I think it's
Amy,
allergies
you
to
should
this.
go to an allergist. I think that would really
should.
help you.
Or I should just maybe take allergy medicine. I don't know.
But like to identify
No,
those
to know what's
allergens would give you
wrong.
like the
And then
clarity you need.
Because of all of my allergies and sickness that I refuse to take medicine for, I got fluid in my ear. So I've been hearing the ocean for like 3 weeks.
You still hear it?
Yeah, off and on.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
gotten better though.
That is not
And
good.
like I went to the doctor and they told me to do all this stuff. I didn't do any of it. I don't know why.
What were you
It got
supposed to
a
do?
lot better. He was like, there's nothing you can do. Just take allergy meds. Take Sudafed. Oh, know what? I did take some Sudafed. I did do that.
Good for you.
That's one thing I did. But like literally, guys, this is a prison of my own making.
Oh
And
my gosh.
this was not more of a fun happy crisis. It was just a crisis. But that is the crisis that continually keeps me up at night.
What's keeping
Or
you
how
up
about
at
people
night?
come to your house and they say they have allergies, but they know they're sick.
Oh, I hate
always
that.
know. I'm like, I am
how do
sick.
you know?
Who does
Because
that? It's just obvious. People are like,
Oh, I have
just
allergies.
allergies.
You're barking.
Look, there's just an intuition. You're like, no, you don't.
Because you've never seen them have allergies any
No,
other
just
time.
no.
Just have it the one time.
No, just in general. I'm like, why does everyone have allergies?
Itchy eyes, runny nose.
Because the people I
hives.
know that have allergies take medication for it. So they don't have to say, oh, I have
Not me.
allergies. Unless it's like, oh, there's a cat. Oh, my eyes are watering. That's an allergy where you say, I have allergies.
Or like
People
when
just
I
kinda
realized I have a dust allergy because
It's
I
a
moved
vibe.
my
Okay,
room
but
and I
every
had so
once
much
in a while in
dust.
spring, I do think I have allergies, but I'm like,
You
do I have
do.
allergies? Or
Actually,
do I
you
not?
and Catherine both had dust allergies.
I can never
Okay,
tell
but if you
I
have full-on
them.
cold symptoms, that's not allergies.
Well, actually, it
Yeah.
could be just like you're irritated by the pollen that's in the air.
Okay.
It could be that. It
They're
doesn't
like
mean you're
sniffly and
severely
exhausted.
allergic.
Oh, sorry. I have
Well, my eye,
allergies.
if my eyes itch, then I'm sneezing 100 times, but then I'm like, wait, do I have a
your
cold or
eyes
do I have
Hey,
allergies?
no one's eyes itch when they have a cold.
I
Yeah,
don't
no
know.
one's eyes
Maybe
itch.
someone's.
No,
That's why
that's
I've
not
had
a thing.
50 different, in my mind, there's 50 different variations of every symptom. And I'm like, okay, this is for this is this kind of thing, this is this kind of thing.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
Yeah, that's
All right.
that's all I got.
It's a real crisis. We all experience it from me. Not
Literally.
a lot.
But I never get anyone else sick, really. It doesn't
That
really
we
happen.
know.
How
Because you're
would
not
you
sick.
know?
You
Because
have
I
allergies.
do know I'll be sick and I'll stay away from people and no one will get it from me.
Good.
There you go.
Good.
That's very
You're a good
considerate of you.
citizen, yeah.
Yep.
A lot of people lack that
Tired.
consideration.
All right. Thank you for watching and see you guys. I feel like I should say more than that, but yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for watching and being a fan of the pod,
Yes.
the podcast, supporting the season,
Yes,
the
thank
show, by supporting our Patreon.
Yes.
You all do. I'm
Amazing.
hypnotizing you. Join our Patreon. You will
Isn't
not
this part
regret
on
it.
Patreon?
I don't know. Okay. You're on our Patreon, so yeah, you all do. So thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my I don't keep up with these things. Anyway, thank you so much for supporting us. We love you so much. You're the best. Mwah. And we'll see you in the next episode. Have a great day, week, month, year.
Sound like a newscaster.
Love you so much. See you then.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Cimarelli podcast. Follow Cimarelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimarelli on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.